Okay, what the goal is here is to take these brand new impact sockets, clean them up a little bit, and get the colors to pop on them, like I've done here with the 19, 18, and the 14, just so you can kind of see how the colors pop after you paint them in. The reason for this is if you were to say, let's just say we have a 14, we have a 14, a 13, and a 12 out of our toolbox, right? You can kind of tell the difference in them from a distance, especially if you've been doing it for a long time. But it's certainly a lot easier just to notice the difference in them because they're clear, like you can just see it, right? In your toolbox, you usually have like a organization system where like maybe a label is sticking out of the top and you can grab the right one. But when you're working with a bunch of sockets that are very close in size, you're trying to go fast. It's just easier if you can see the numbers, especially as you get older, right? So all of these sockets are brand new. They're covered in some protectant oil, basically. So in order to get the color onto them, you have to wipe the protectant oil off. You have to paint them with the oil-based paint. You wipe that off, then you re-protect them with some WD-40, basically. So I'm going to go through painting them. As you can see, like the 19 came out real nice. 18 came out real nice. Let's go ahead and do the rest of these. So the first step in dealing with this is to pull off the grease around the oil around just the number area, right? So just give it a good little wipe and get the oil off there. So now it's kind of dry-ish. Now we can take the paint pen, and since I have oil on my fingers, we'll just pull that off that way. And you can take the paint pen and you can paint the socket. Just paint in the numbers there. So you got it all painted in. Give it a second so it can dry a little teeny bit. And while it's drying a little teeny bit, we're going to take a different napkin and we're going to put a little bit of isopropyl alcohol on it. And then we're going to take the isopropyl alcohol and we're just going to wipe the face of this. So came off pretty well. Clean up the corner a little bit. So it came out pretty decent, but let's clean it up a little bit with a Q-tip. So just take a Q-tip and put a little alcohol on the Q-tip and get kind of close to the number there. Get kind of close in there. Clean that up a little bit. Then you can take the dry side of the Q-tip, wipe the alcohol off. Close enough. And then let's re-protect it by a little quick spray of WD-40. Wipe the WD-40 on there. Oops, took off a little bit of our paint, but you get the point. So there's that guy. So let's do one more. Get the oil off of the number 16. So there's our number 16. Get our paint out. Got it all painted in. Give that a second. Fingers here. Get a portion of this rag maybe. Put a little bit of isopropyl alcohol on it. Give that a second to soak in. Give this a wipe. Looks pretty good. And then if we wanted to clean it up, another Q-tip. Get a little alcohol on Q-tip. Clean up close to the bottom. Dry that off. Give that a second to dry now. Put a little bit of spritz of WD-40 on there. Maybe don't rub the numbers off. And there we go. And then there we go. There's the 16. And maybe we'll do the 15 and then I'll finish the rest off camera. So there's the 15. Dry it. Paint it, right? Paint it in. Got a second to set. Take our rag. Try to find a spot where we don't have paint already wiped. Let's just do it like this. Get a little alcohol on here. Take it. Wipe it. Looks pretty good. And then grab a Q-tip. A little alcohol on the Q-tip. And then clean up a little bit there, clean up a little bit there. Take the dry side of the Q-tip, wipe. Wipe all that. And then a little bit of oil. And then there's the 15. So there's half of them done. I'm gonna do the other half, and then we'll come back. So they're done now. I've done the metric ones up here, and these are the SAE versions. And as you can see, the SAEs I didn't do yet, and you can't see pretty much any of the numbering very easily. But if we were to go grab, let's say, you know, a 12, metric 12, you can see the 12 pretty clearly. Grab, you know, the 17, see the 17 very clearly. But as you can see, it does make a difference. You can obviously paint the SAEs a different color, let's say red or yellow, and they'll stick out on the same bench when you've got a mixture of your metrics and your SAEs. I'm going to go ahead and do the SAEs here next and come back. Okay, started painting these. I pulled out the yellow, I pulled out the red like I said I would. Here's what yellow looks like. Not bad. Here's what our standardized SAE red would kind of come out like. That's, you know, pivoted against what metric would look like. The metric obviously pops pretty nice. What should we do? Should we do the yellow or should we do the red? I'm obviously going to make a decision and just do it. But which color do you think I picked? Throw it in the comments, and I guess we'll see how many people vote the direction I went. Okay, let me get these colored in. And here's the finished product. We went ahead and went with a yellow on the SAEs. It's a non-standard color. I mean, as you can see, the tray's red. It was basically saying, please paint me red. But I didn't paint them red, I painted them yellow. I don't know if because I'm an East Coast guy, I was thinking of the Steelers. I probably wasn't. I was thinking about in a low light situation, I want these sockets to be easily visible. If you look at, maybe let's look at the 3/4 inch, it came out real nice, right? Pops out, well, a little blur there, but pops nicely. And same with all the rest of them. The white for metric, it was pretty standard, but I chose the yellow solely because I think in a lower light situation, if I've got a bunch of these rolling around in a tray underneath something and I need to find it, my eyes are just going to see the yellow a little better. Feel free to throw a comment in the bottom saying why I shouldn't have picked yellow, but I went with yellow. Let's go ahead and close the video up.